This is set number 2, if you would, slides 1 through 25 regarding Daniel's 70th week, 75 days after that week, and the year of Jubilee. This is a presentation in cooperation with the End Time Pilgrim website, Dr. Gavin Finley, and the TribNet. And we can be found, there are our two websites at the bottom of this, www.endtimepilgrim.org. We urge you to check that site out. And again, this is the Tribulation Network at www.the-tribulation-network.com. This is the second in this special series on these topics. And again, I am your narrator, Doug Krieger. We shall be looking at the nature and the purpose of the Jubilee and how it will bless the people of this earth in the coming Messianic kingdom. This is a very wonderful system in which a fair and equitable reset of the economy occurs every 49 years. The coming Jubilee will wrap up this present evil age and usher in the next. For those who know Messiah, it will be an occasion for joyful celebration. Announcing the year of Jubilee on Tishri 10, the Day of Atonement. It is coming. Let's continue our investigation by taking a close look at the Torah, scripture, that introduces the Jubilee. We find it in Leviticus chapter 25, and we read, Leviticus 25, the year of Jubilee. In verse 8, and you shall count 7 Sabbaths of years for yourself, 7 times 7 years. And the time of the 7 Sabbaths of years shall be to you 49 years. A Sabbath of years is a 7-year sabbatical cycle, or a heptad. The 7th or sabbatical year is a rest year in which the fields lie fallow. The crops are not sown or harvested, and the trees and vineyards are not pruned. Bumper crops from the year before carry them through the sabbatical year. The sabbatical year is the 7th year, where the crops lie fallow. 7 of these 7s of years make up the 49 years of the Jubilee cycle. And we read on. 7 times 7 equals 49 years. 49 years equals 1 Jubilee cycle. There you see the 1 and the 49, with all of the 7 sevens at the tail end in green. Leviticus 25:9, then you shall cause the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month. On the Day of Atonement you shall make the trumpet to sound throughout all your land. Tishri 10. In verse 10 of that same chapter 25 of Leviticus, and you shall consecrate the 50th year and proclaim liberty throughout all the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, and each of you shall return to his possession, and each of you shall return to his family. 50. The 50th year is a Jubilee year. Therefore, after the 49 years, it is the 50th year that becomes the year of Jubilee. So, here we see the 7x7 block of years that make up the Jubilee cycle, and the numbering goes out from year 1 to year 49. So, it is a cycle of 49 years and not 50 years. The following year, the 50th year, is again the Jubilee year. So the Jubilee year is the first year of the new 49-year Jubilee cycle. There you have it again. The 50th year is a Jubilee year. And it is the first year of the new cycle. So in the same way that the 8th day begins a new 7-day week, even so, the 8th day is the beginning of a new week of 7 days. The 50th year is the first year of the new 49-year economic cycle. So we look over here again and we realize that the 50th year is really in reality the first year of a new 49-year cycle. This is the very same pattern of 49 and then 50 we see in the counting of the Omer, from the Feast of First Fruits to the Feast of Pentecost. This is how the Hebrew calendar looked in the Passion year. Take a close look at that. And I would encourage you to pause at this point and pick up on all of that activity in there. What a wonderful time of celebration. On the 10th day of Tishri, on the Day of Atonement, or Day of Covering, the trumpets of Jubilee sound. The whole economic cycle then resets. Debts are canceled, monopolies are dissolved, the land reverts to its original family owners, and the captives are set free. Tishri 10. This concludes our second presentation in this 9-part series on the 70th week of Daniel, the 75 days following the 70th week, and the commencement of the year of Jubilee. Again, I've been your host, Doug Krieger of the Tribulation Network. This is a special presentation in cooperation with Dr. Gavin Finley's End Time Pilgrim website and ourselves here at the Tribulation Network. And now on to video PowerPoint number 3 in this special prophetical series with special emphasis upon the year of Jubilee.